At the turn of the millennium, Nokia was the undisputed king of mobile phones. With a market share of nearly 40%, their devices were everywhere, from bustling city streets to remote villages. Nokia's reputation for reliability, user-friendly design, and robust technology made it a household name. The iconic Nokia 3310 became a symbol of durability and simplicity. This era marked the peak of Nokia's influence as the company set industry standards and shaped the way people communicated. But as we'll see, this dominance was not destined to last. The seeds of change were already being sown, and the world of mobile technology was about to shift dramatically. Nokia's global reach was unmatched. The company operated in over 150 countries, manufacturing millions of phones each year. Their supply chain was efficient, and their brand was trusted by consumers and businesses alike. Nokia's leadership in the mobile market was not just about numbers, it was about setting trends and leading innovation. Their devices were often the first to introduce new features, such as SMS messaging and customizable ringtones. However, as competitors began to emerge, Nokia's position became increasingly vulnerable. The company's focus on traditional mobile phones would soon be challenged by a new wave of technology. As the smartphone revolution began to take shape, Nokia made a critical mistake. They underestimated its impact. While Apple and Android were developing devices that combined phone, internet, and multimedia capabilities, Nokia continued to focus on feature phones. The company believed that their existing market dominance would protect them from disruption. This decision proved costly. Consumers quickly embraced smartphones, and Nokia's reluctance to adapt left them behind. The company's leadership failed to recognize the shift in consumer preferences, and their once innovative products began to look outdated. In 2007, Apple launched the iPhone, changing the mobile landscape forever. The iPhone's sleek design, intuitive interface, and powerful features captured the imagination of consumers worldwide. Apple's approach was radically different from Nokia's, focusing on software, user experience, and ecosystem integration. The iPhone quickly became a must-have device, and competitors scrambled to catch up. Nokia, however, struggled to respond. Their attempts to develop a competing smartphone were hampered by slow decision-making and internal resistance. Apple's disruption marked the beginning of Nokia's decline. While Apple was making waves, Android was quietly building momentum. Google's open-source platform allowed manufacturers to create a wide range of smartphones, catering to different markets and price points. Android's flexibility and rapid innovation attracted both consumers and developers. As Android devices flooded the market, Nokia's share continued to shrink. The company's inability to compete with the versatility and affordability of Android phones further accelerated their decline. The mobile industry was evolving, and Nokia was struggling to keep up. Inside Nokia, a culture of internal politics and fear began to take hold. Decision-making became slow and bureaucratic, with managers reluctant to challenge the status quo. Innovation was stifled as employees feared repercussions for proposing bold ideas. The company's leadership failed to foster a collaborative environment, and silos formed between departments. This toxic culture prevented Nokia from adapting to the fast-changing market. As competitors innovated, Nokia's internal struggles held them back, making it difficult to launch new products or respond to industry trends. Nokia's fear-driven culture became a major obstacle to progress. Employees were afraid to speak up or take risks, worried that failure would lead to punishment rather than learning. This atmosphere discouraged creativity and experimentation, essential ingredients for innovation. As a result, Nokia missed opportunities to develop groundbreaking products and adapt to new technologies. The company's reluctance to embrace change ultimately sealed its fate, as competitors continued to push boundaries and capture market share. Innovation at Nokia slowed to a crawl. The company's once pioneering spirit was replaced by caution and hesitation. New product ideas were often rejected or delayed, and the focus shifted to maintaining existing market share rather than exploring new possibilities. This stagnation made it impossible for Nokia to compete with the fast-paced innovation of Apple and Android. The mobile industry was moving forward, but Nokia was stuck in the past, unable to break free from its own limitations. Throughout the smartphone revolution, Nokia missed several key opportunities. The company had the resources and talent to develop competitive smartphones, but internal resistance and slow decision-making prevented progress. Nokia's attempts to launch new products were often too late or poorly executed. By the time they released their own smartphone, the market had already shifted, and consumers had moved on. These missed opportunities contributed to Nokia's rapid decline and eventual bankruptcy. Nokia's leadership made several critical mistakes. They failed to recognize the importance of software and ecosystem integration, focusing instead on hardware. The company's leaders were slow to respond to market changes and reluctant to invest in new technologies. This lack of vision and adaptability left Nokia vulnerable to disruption. As Apple and Android continued to innovate, Nokia's leadership struggled to guide the company through turbulent times. Their mistakes ultimately contributed to the company's downfall. After years of decline, Nokia was forced to declare bankruptcy and exit the mobile phone market. The company sold its mobile division to Microsoft, marking the end of an era. This dramatic fall from grace shocked the industry and served as a cautionary tale for other companies. Nokia's legacy lives on, but its dominance in the mobile market is now a distant memory. The company's journey from number one to bankruptcy highlights the importance of adaptability and innovation in a rapidly changing industry. Nokia's collapse offers valuable business lessons for companies everywhere. Adaptability is crucial. Those who fail to embrace change risk being left behind. Innovation must be encouraged, not stifled, and leaders should foster a culture of collaboration and risk-taking. Companies must listen to their customers and anticipate market shifts. Nokia's story reminds us that even the most successful organizations can fall if they ignore the signs of change. Learning from their mistakes can help others avoid a similar fate. Adaptability is the ability of a company to respond quickly and effectively to changes in the market or industry. It involves recognizing new trends, embracing innovation, and being willing to pivot when necessary. Companies that prioritize adaptability are better equipped to survive disruptions and capitalize on new opportunities. Nokia's failure to adapt to the smartphone revolution is a clear example of how lack of adaptability can lead to downfall. This concept is essential for long-term success in any business environment. Innovation is the process of creating new ideas, products, or services that add value and drive growth. It requires a culture that encourages experimentation, risk-taking, and learning from failure. Companies that innovate consistently are able to stay ahead of competitors and meet changing customer needs. Nokia's story illustrates the dangers of stagnation and the importance of fostering innovation. Without it, even industry leaders can quickly become obsolete. Nokia's journey from global leader to bankruptcy is a powerful reminder of the importance of adaptability, innovation, and strong leadership. The company's rise and fall offer lessons for businesses of all sizes. By embracing change, encouraging creativity, and listening to customers, organizations can avoid the pitfalls that led to Nokia's collapse. As technology continues to evolve, the story of Nokia serves as a guide for navigating the challenges and opportunities of the modern business world.